My name is Caleb Hammett, and lacrosse used to be my whole entire identity, but now it's completely in Jesus.
Lacrosse has been a part of Caleb Hammett's life since childhood.
I remember as from a young age, picking up the ball and getting ground balls. It was something that I always had a knack for. I started as early as 8th grade looking at colleges to potentially play at. People started treating me a lot differently when they saw that stuff start to happen. So I was like, oh, the better lacrosse player I am, the more friends I'll have, the more people that will like me. And that was kind of when it started rooting into my identity and feeling like me being a good lacrosse player correlated to the worth. And then that kind of set the tone for the rest of high school, where it really, really became my identity.
Caleb would accept a scholarship to play at UMass, where he enjoyed a breakout season as a redshirt freshman.
And here's Hammett again, back-to-back face-offs won.
At the face-off X, Caleb Hammett going up against Logan Premtage from Delaware. It's Hammett who wins his second draw.
That success would bring him significant status on the field and off it.
I quickly fell into the trap of going to all the team events, all the team parties. I figured out immediately the only way to bond is over partying and chasing girls and being a good lacrosse player. I got addicted to kind of that feeling of the acceptance of being a good lacrosse player. I had checked every box I ever wanted. This was the thing I had been chasing my whole entire life, and I exceeded it more than I could have ever imagined, and I was more empty than I could have ever imagined.
It was at that point that everything around Caleb would begin to crumble, beginning with a hand injury that would throw his playing career into doubt.
The doctors told me that the amount of arthritis and mobility I'm going to lose in my hand, that I may never be the player I was. So that was where I almost got in the mindset of I don't really have an identity. It's not in lacrosse anymore. One of my teammates, Aiden Kaminska, he unfortunately passed away out of nowhere. And that was the first time I had ever seen loss in my life, especially that close. And it was that still wasn't enough to fully bring God into my life. And then a month later, not even after that, I was in a really bad mental place. My girlfriend and I that were dating at the time, a very worldly relationship, but we broke up. And that was when I hit a point where I was this is rock bottom.
Stripped of his identity and at his lowest, Caleb looked for something to fill the void. He discovered a new outlet, creating content on social media, revolving around lacrosse. He would build a massive audience, but this too would soon leave him empty.
Junior year was the time where I was blowing up a lot on social media.
The black ones.
And I remember I was so addicted to the views. Probably had the most viral videos that I've ever had. As viral as the videos were going, I was this just doesn't feel like it used to. I just feel disappointed in myself.
Broken and not knowing where else to turn, Caleb would call out to the Lord.
I just remember sitting there, and I always kind of had that subtle belief in God. And I was I want purpose. I just want a reason to be here. I was just praying, and the Lord, I just felt him calling me. This is the only time I've ever felt him audibly really call me into something. And it was drop everything outside of me and just fully give your life to me.
With this new purpose, Caleb would begin looking for a new place to finish out his lacrosse career. And Liberty, with its mission of training champions for Christ, was a perfect fit.
Since coming to Liberty, my faith comes first, and I have the opportunity to serve these guys as a talented lacrosse player. It feels like such a right way to finish off my lacrosse career, where I can play, help the team, serve the guys in the team, and being an older guy, pour into them faith-wise, and then also have a lot of brothers around me and meeting a lot of great people here that have been amazing community to me. So I know the Lord has had his hand on that from the start.
Today, the things that Caleb once saw as his identity, he now sees as tools that God has given him to help spread the gospel.
The first 20 years of my life almost was trying to find worth and value and identity in all these different things of the world, and being able to wake up in the mornings every day and feeling like I'm living the life I was called to. And I feel like that last puzzle piece I had that I could never fit in there is finally there. Being able to have a social media following still and being able to reach a lot of people is just such a blessing that I know is only coming from him. I just encourage anybody that's on that fence to take the leap over, and you'll realize that your plan is so small compared to what God has for you.